Today we learn the difference between different types of hypothesis testing. There are two types of hypothesis testing we already learned, chi-square test and the t-test. Today we learn the difference between them. So chi-square test is used to analyze the categorical data in the form of frequencies, and the t-test are used to analyze the numerical data to compare the means. So in chi-square test we use the categorical data like gender, product preference, and the t-test we use a numerical data, that is student marks, experiment results. In chi-square test we find out the differences, significant differences of observed frequencies, observed and expected frequencies. Whether they are significantly different or not. We check here whether observed frequencies and expected frequencies are significantly different or not. In case of t-test, we check the sample means. Whether sample mean is significantly different with the population mean, or means of two different samples, or same sample we check twice before training, after training. So here we focus on the significant difference of the sample mean. This for chi-square test statistic is represented using symbol x square, and for the t-test, test statistic is represented using symbol t. In chi-square test we use a distribution table. That distribution table is called as chi-square distribution table. In t-test again we use a distribution table to calculate the value of critical value. To calculate the critical value, that table is called as t distribution table. There are two types of chi-square test. Chi-square test for goodness of fit and chi-square test for independence. There are three types of t-test. One sample t-test, two sample t-test, and paired t-test. This two sample t-test is also called as independent test, and paired t-test is called as a dependent t-test. Chi-square test is always right tail test, so it is a one tail test, and t-test may be one tailed or two tailed. T-test, as per our problem statement, if in my test the word occur, improvement, increases, above, it is a right tail test, means it is a one tail test. If in my hypothesis I use a symbol less than, below, decrease, then it is a left tail test, that is a one tail test. If I use a not equal to symbol or no difference or difference, then it is a two tail test. Formula for chi-square test is I is equal to summation of I is equal to 1 to k in bracket O minus E square divided by E. Here k is the number of categories, O is the observed frequency, and E is the expected frequencies. Here formula is T equal to x bar minus mu divided by S divided by root n. This formula is somewhat changes as per the t-test. This formula is for one sample test. We make some changes in two sample tests and another some change in a paired test. So formula is x bar minus mu. Here x bar is the sample mean, mu is the population mean, S is the standard deviation, and n is the total number of sample, it's a root. In case of two tail test, formula is x1 bar minus x2 bar. Here we have two samples, so we will calculate the differences of mean of two samples, and in square root s1 square divided by n1 plus s2 square divided by n2. And for the paired test, formula is d bar, that is the mean of differences, divided by sd, that is a standard deviation mean, and the again root n is for the number of pairs or samples. Applications of chi-square test is, it is used in market survey analysis, medical diagnosis category, to check the whether observed result is same as the expected result. In case of t-test, we compare the marks of two students, that is compare the marks of boys with girl, compare the marks of one class with another class, again compare the marks of same class before the test, after the test, before the training, after the training, before the teaching, after the teaching, experiment result, before giving some input or some training, some calculations. So this test is depend on the numerical data, and this test is depend on the categorical data. Mostly market survey analysis, we use market survey, whether which product, the gender, particular product is preferred by the female, or particular product is preferred by the male, or which product are preferred by the student, which products are preferred by the professor. So we make a survey on this. So here we discuss about the different types of the hypothesis testing test and their differences. So thank you.